Are your muscles feeling weaker even though you're doing everything right? Eating healthy, staying active, maybe even lifting weights or walking every day? Does it feel like climbing stairs takes more effort than it used to? Or that getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, or playing with your grandkids just drains your energy? You might assume it's just a part of getting older, but what if I told you the real reason might not be age, but a hidden deficiency that affects over 60% of adults over 50, and most don't even know they have it? I'm not talking about protein or testosterone. I'm talking about vitamin D. Yes, the so-called sunshine vitamin, but its role in your body goes far beyond calcium and bone health. Vitamin D is essential for your muscles to function, for them to contract, regenerate, and produce energy. And if you're low, and odds are you are, it could be the missing link behind chronic fatigue, muscle weakness, poor recovery from workouts, and the slow loss of strength known as sarcopenia. In this video, we'll break it all down in simple terms: why vitamin D is crucial for your muscles, mitochondria, and metabolism, why most people over 50 are unknowingly deficient, the signs you're low even if your blood test says normal, the foods, supplements, timing, and sunlight strategies that can reverse this quickly, and how to combine vitamin D with magnesium, K2, and lifestyle fixes for maximum benefit. Let's get started. Chapter 1: Why You're Losing Muscle After 50 and Why It's Not Just Aging. Approximately 800 words. We've all heard it. It's just a part of getting older. But here's what the science says: you don't lose muscle mass because you age. You lose it because of how your body changes with age and how your lifestyle doesn't keep up. After 50, most people experience a condition called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of skeletal muscle mass, strength, and function. Studies show we lose about 1% of muscle per year starting in our 50s. By the time we're 70, up to 30% of our muscle may be gone. But here's the good news: sarcopenia is not inevitable. It's highly influenced by lifestyle, nutrient intake, hormonal shifts, and critically, micronutrient status. That means you can slow it, stop it, or even reverse it. So, what does sarcopenia look like? You might not notice it at first, but over time, you'll start to see decreased grip strength, slower walking speed, poor balance or coordination, more fatigue after simple tasks, trouble rising from chairs or climbing stairs, and eventually higher risk of falls and fractures. Now, most people focus on exercise and protein to fight muscle loss. And yes, both are essential. But there's a missing piece, and it starts at the cellular level. Your muscle fibers don't just rely on protein. They need a steady supply of vitamins and minerals to grow, recover, and contract properly. And one of the most important nutrients of all? D-glutamate. Chapter 2: What vitamin D actually does in your muscles. Approximately 1,000 words. Most people know vitamin D helps absorb calcium to build strong bones, but that's just scratching the surface. Vitamin D is more like a hormone than a vitamin. Once activated, it affects over 2,000 genes in your body, and many of those genes are directly involved in muscle performance and energy production. Here's what vitamin D does in your muscle tissue. 1. Activates muscle protein synthesis. Vitamin D binds to receptors in muscle cells, VDRs. This activates mTOR pathways that drive new muscle protein creation. Without enough D, you simply can't build or maintain muscle effectively. 2. Support muscle cell growth and repair. After exercise, you get tiny tears in your muscle fibers. Vitamin D stimulates satellite cells, muscle stem cells, to repair and rebuild tissue. 3. Improves neuromuscular function. Your brain sends signals to your muscles through nerve pathways. Vitamin D strengthens these pathways, enhancing balance, reflexes, and coordination. 4. Regulates calcium for muscle contraction. Every time your muscle contracts, it needs calcium to flow in and out. Vitamin D keeps that process running smoothly. Without it, contractions are weak, shaky, or cramp-prone. 5. Energizes mitochondria. Your mitochondria are your energy factories. They need vitamin D to produce ATP, the fuel for muscle movement and recovery. Chapter 3. Symptoms of low vitamin D. Even if your blood test looks normal, approximately 700 words. You might think, but my doctor said my vitamin D levels are fine. Here's the problem. Standard tests don't tell the full story. Most lab tests measure 25 hydroxy vitamin D, the storage form. But what your muscles actually use is 1.25 dihydroxy vitamin D, the active hormone form. It's like checking your pantry for groceries, but not knowing if the food is being digested. So, yes, you might have enough stored vitamin D in your blood, but if you don't have the cofactors to activate it, or if your tissues can't use it properly, you'll still experience the functional symptoms of deficiency, including muscle weakness, chronic fatigue, sore and stiff muscles, poor recovery from workouts, and the slow loss of strength known as sarcopenia. This is what researchers now call a functional vitamin D deficiency. It's extremely common in people over 50, especially if you live in northern latitudes, avoid sun exposure, have darker skin, have digestive issues, or take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. Chapter 4. How vitamin D powers your mitochondria. Approximately 900 words. Let's zoom in on something even more foundational: energy. At the cellular level, your muscles run on ATP. This is the fuel that powers every contraction, repair, and movement. Your mitochondria make that ATP. And here's the connection. Vitamin D is essential for mitochondrial health. Without it, mitochondria produce less energy, free radicals increase, causing inflammation, muscle fatigue sets in faster, recovery becomes slower, and insulin resistance develops, further draining energy. A study published in Frontiers in Physiology found that vitamin D deficient individuals had 40% lower mitochondrial energy output in muscle cells. That's a massive difference, and it explains why you might feel tired after simple activity, even if you're eating well or getting plenty of sleep. Without enough D, your muscle mitochondria run on empty. Chapter 5. The 5 keys to unlocking vitamin D's muscle-boosting power. Approximately 1,000 words. So now we know vitamin D is critical, but here's what most people get wrong. Vitamin D doesn't work in isolation. It needs cofactors and timing to be effective. Here are the 5 essential keys. 1. Magnesium, the activation switch. Your liver and kidneys can't convert D3 to active D without magnesium. 70+% of adults over 50 are magnesium deficient. Without it, even high doses of D3 may do nothing. Take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, citrate, or malate. 2. Vitamin K2, the calcium controller. D3 increases calcium absorption, but K2 directs it to bones and muscles. Without K2, calcium can end up in arteries or joints. Take 100 to 200 milligrams of K2, MK7 form. Eat natto, aged cheese, pasture-raised eggs. 3. Sunlight, nature's hormonal signal. UVB rays convert cholesterol in your skin into pre-vitamin D3. This version may be more bioavailable than supplements. It also boosts testosterone, mood, and circadian rhythms. Get 10 to 20 minutes of sunlight on arms, legs, or face 3 to 5 times a week. 4. Zinc and boron, the underrated trace minerals, help vitamin D receptors function, support testosterone and bone strength. Eat oysters, pumpkin seeds, prunes, almonds. Take 10 to 20 milligrams of zinc, 2 to 6 milligrams of boron per day. 5. Timing and meal strategy. Vitamin D is fat soluble. Take it with your largest fat-containing meal, like lunch, for best absorption. Morning is best. Too late in the day can suppress melatonin. Chapter 6, Daily Protocol for Rebuilding Muscle with Vitamin D, approximately 800 words. Here's your simple step-by-step plan to rebuild muscle strength naturally using vitamin D. Step 1, test, don't guess. Ask for 25 OHD test. Ideal range is 50 to 70 ng per ml. If symptoms persist, ask for 1.25 OHD and magnesium blood test. Step 2, supplement stack. Nutrient, dosage, timing. Vitamin D3, 2,000 to 5,000 international units